I'm in Shenandoah National Park, and this is Route 211 that runs through the park. Up that way is the top of the mountain, Thornton Gap. I'm about a mile below the top. Yep, there's my little red car. And I'm going to explore the inside of this hairpin turn today. I think there's some old roads up here and a survey benchmark. And then down this way is a homestead I'm going to take a look at. The elevation is 2,075 feet. So I climbed up here on the inside of the turn, and this looks like the old road right here. Look how it's, they dug it into the side of the mountain right here, so it looks like this hairpin turn used to be even sharper than it is now. There's the inside of the turn. My car's parked down that way, and it looks like the old road went down this way. So I'm going to see if I can find this survey benchmark. Otherwise, I'm going to go back down to my car and take a look and see if I can find the driveway to the old homestead. Well, I hiked the old road over here to where it meets with the new road, and I'll be able to show it to you on my GPS track. But the old road didn't go around that hairpin turn. It came down the side of the mountain and did a little S-turn right here and went down this way. See how level that is? And then when it got down there, it looks like it had to take some sort of a really sharp bend back to the left to head down that way. So I guess what they did by continuing on that way, they put that curve in there through Hirschberger's 511 acres, and that cut this down a little bit, made it not quite so steep and not quite such a sharp bend. Half mile into my hike, I'm down to 2,020 feet. My car's up there around the bend, and I'm down here to what I think is the what's left of the driveway heading down to this Lewis tract of land. So let's follow this in here a little ways and see where we end up. I got about another 1/10 of a mile to get back to the Lewis tract, but I just came across this. This is kind of interesting to me. Freshly cut all over there. This is freshly cut over here. So they're keeping this road clear for some reason. Maybe there's something back here we're seeing. I thought the whole place was completely raised by the Park Service, but we'll see. There's a dip in the driveway down here crossing over the headwaters of Pass Run. Let's see, the elevation here is, let me look, 2,040 feet. And then it heads up the hill there. And according to my map, that should be where the old tract of land was, the Lewis tract. So, and actually from here I can see a power pole sunk in the ground. And maybe some kind of a concrete structure over there like a well. Let's go over there and check that out. Here's an old discarded white wall tire. You don't see a whole lot of them anymore. And looking at the tread, it looks like they were down almost completely bald. Okay, here's the headwaters of Pass Run right here. Goes across the road and then down into the drainage down that way, down the side of the mountain. There's part of a well, the overflow pipe. Metal pipe. It's another one there that's dry. I bet you that concrete bunker looking thing up there is the well. Let's go and check that out. Okay, now this looks more to me like something the Park Service put in. So, I don't know, it's possible that maybe after Mr. Lewis died, the Park Service decided to use the buildings for a period of time before they raised them. But there's that, I see water valves there. Right there's a power pole. Doesn't look like it's got a high tension wire going to it anymore though. And then over there looks like one of those frost-free spigots sticking up out of the ground over there. There's what's left of a boxwood bush. Right there's the well. So somebody planted that boxwood there. So I'm up above the well now. The road comes up this way. And wouldn't you know it, they put a big power line in through here. Look at that. And the road ends here. The mountain starts getting steep here. It might swing around over here. If I was going to build a house, I'd build it over here. But this is totally and completely overgrown. So actually looking right there, I can see where somebody once upon a time were pushing a path in through there. I think I'm going to go up here where it's a little higher up and take a look and see if I can see anything. Well, I've been wandering around all over the place. I could tell where people have been hiking up through here, but I don't really see any evidence of any old buildings. This spot right here, I'm going to record this location though. This looks, the high side of this looks kind of dug out. To where, you know, one side of the house could have been here, and then the other side out this way on stilts or something. I don't know. Anyway, right over there is extreme overgrowth, so there was something over there that was cleared out years ago, and really all up and through here is pretty overgrown too, above it. So, but I'm going to mark this one location. It looks kind of straight and kind of dug out right here. So I don't know. This could have been the site of some building. If not the house, then something else. Assuming the house is up here where this dugout area was, this would be your view looking down the side of the mountain. Down there's the headwaters of Pass Run. That's what that drainage is down there. Then there's another hill up there, and then on the other side of that is US 211. Okay, I think I changed my mind about where the house was probably situated. This looks like part of a driveway here, really, right here. And then up there I see the dirt. It looks like it was cut into the side of the hill. It probably doesn't show through on the video, but it looks like it's cut into the side of the hill right up in here. And then this is extreme overgrowth over here. So I bet you, and that other dugout place was up there to the left a little ways. So I'm thinking that was probably an outbuilding. The main house was probably here because this is the road right here. Kind of like a little parking area. Oh, over there's another well. I think I'll have to go check that out. So, yeah. Looks like the road might have come in here and went down there and down to the main road. So, I'll mark this extreme overgrown area here as possibly the house, and I'll compare it with the old maps when I get home. Okay, there's another Park Service well. I'll get some stills. Pretty good size. Here's water valves, piece of iron pipe. There's the overflow pipes down there sticking out. They're dry. And then the drainage runs on down there and runs into Pass Run. Now over there's the first well that I took pictures of. And then this one's up a little higher up here. And this is up around the same level as the house, which I'm now thinking is over there where the extreme overgrowth is. All right, getting ready to head back to my car. There's the driveway heading back towards US 211. Right there's one of the wells. Behind the boxwood, you see the power pole with the electrical stuff on it. And then right there, I think right there is where the house was. They pushed this on up further up there so they could get to the power line. That explains why they're keeping this road clear, because I can see where they recently cut stuff up there. That gives them an access up to the power line from here. So, but anyway, I think that's where the house was. Don't know where the other outbuildings were around here, but that's Park Service put in that well, and then there's one a little higher up behind it. Pass Run, the headwaters are right over there. And then here's the driveway heading back out. .8 miles into my hike, I'm down to 1,950 feet. I was heading back to my car and I saw this old trace of, I guess this is the old turnpike. It makes a sweeping turn. I'll show you. You'll have my GPS track to look at. But I went ahead and pushed through here. I guess back in the day, it came down the mountain this way. Maybe you can see they cut into the side of the mountain right there. That's the high side. Here's the low side over here. It's pretty wide. It's at least 2 lanes wide, maybe 3. And then it came down here, and it must have made another hairpin turn to the right to head on down that way. So I don't know. I'm gonna mark this spot with my GPS, and I'll talk to it on the map talk. This is a map of today's hike. The quadrangle name is Thornton Gap 1994. And the purpose of the hike was to explore tract number 193 that was owned by Lewis Willis. It's this tract of land right here. This is US 211 coming up the mountain from Sperryville. Here's the top of the mountain and the park entrance. And then you head down the west side on 211, you come around this first hairpin turn, and then you can park right here. There's a pull-off area with some gravel. You can park right there. So I parked there, came up here and looked for this benchmark with an elevation of 2,078 feet. But this area is overgrown pretty badly, so I wasn't, plus everything's covered with a lot of leaves, so I wasn't able to find that benchmark. On my way back to my car, I noticed, though, a trace of the old road right like this. So I hiked that back over to here, to modern day 211. So it looks like back in the day, the road came down like this and came around this little mountain this way to the south, down here probably right around by this benchmark, and then made a real sharp hairpin turn back this way. And I think the reason this is cleared off here is because to come around this turn, the old road probably came up to the north here just a little bit like this. Then down. Then actually I found this coming around like this down to here. So the old road had a slightly different route to it. Anyway, after I got done with this, I walked on down to here and found this gated driveway. There was supposed to be another homestead right here in this area. I found a suitable site. It was fairly level, nice site, but I didn't see any evidence of any house left. Came on down the driveway, crossed over the headwaters of Pass Run, and then I explored this area here. This was the tract of land that Lewis Willis owned, and I didn't find any evidence of any buildings, but some of these areas down through here are pretty badly overgrown, so it's possible, actually it's likely, that some of those overgrown areas is where the house once stood. I did find a couple of concrete wells. It looks like the Park Service came in here after Lewis Willis passed away. They had granted him lifetime tenure here because he was elderly when the park was created. So there was a few people in the park that they gave special use permits to. They could live out their lives on the land. So after he died sometime in the late 50s, it looks like the Park Service came in here and put a couple of wells in, a power pole, and they probably occupied the residence for a period of time. But now there's nothing left of it. But it's a nice location. So then I followed this all the way back to here. I did explore and locate this, the old path of the road, which curved around more like this, and then back to my car up here. Pretty short hike. It was 2.4 miles and a total ascent of 343 feet. Now let me just show you the old map. Here's the map from 1929, Stony Man, 1929. And here's the driveway coming down, and there's the black square indicating where the house was located. So just a little bit to the east of the driveway. Now, you'll notice over here, this is where the Kleisers lived. I'm going to explore this area in a future hike. Here's a picture I got from the Shenandoah land records, and this is what Lewis Willis's house looked like back in the day. Pretty nice. And that was the hike for today.